Cool. Okay, so here we go. I'm on command, and then right here, this bullhorn is the campaigns, how we get to campaigns. Right here is paid ads. You'll see paid ads right here. There are two ways to get to paid ads. You can go to paid ads here, which will take you to the paid ad dashboard. Over here, if you click create campaign, which we will in a minute, it'll ask you what type of campaign you want to create, and you would pick paid ads. But I want to go to this paid ads dashboard first to just point out a couple of things. So this is the new paid ads dashboard. If you have campaigns running, if you have a listing ad campaign, you could click right here to get into where to see the listing ads, ad campaigns that you're running. If you have campaigns to attract buyers, sellers, recruiting ads, branding ads, you can get there from here. If you had ads that ran or are running on the previous platform, if you scroll to the bottom here, you'll see legacy paid ad campaigns. You'll see the list of ads that you had run in the past. If you had an ad running at the time that the cutover occurred, which was about 2 weeks ago, that ad would continue to run until it was complete. As I said before, in the previous ad manager, if you stopped a campaign mid-flight and you had, and then you had a credit left, in the previous ad manager, that would have been applied on the next ad that you run. Because that's no longer the way that things are being managed. If you had a credit in the previous ad manager, you should have received an email within the last week that basically said this is how much you had left, and it gave you a promo code. And you can use that promo code to apply to a new ad. So if you think you had a credit previously and you did not receive that email, I would just prompt you to reach out to support@kw.com and just check with them on that. But that's the way they were managing any credits. That's the way we're managing any credits that were left over from the previous ad manager. Cool. Okay, I do also want to point out a couple of things here. A couple of videos that are available to you. This is Tyler Shields, who is like paid ad business generator extraordinaire. It's an interview with him. And so it's a great interview that if you want to take your time to David Voorhees interviewed him and just talked about how he's making use of the campaigns, paid ad campaigns within Command, how he thinks about paid ads, and more specifically, and very importantly, how he talks about the lead follow-up that's necessary, especially with these types of paid ads, right? So let's think about just for a moment the top sources of business again: referral, open houses, online ads. You just need, if you're going with paid ads and online ads, you need to go into it with eyes wide open and with intention, because the reason I say that is if you're getting a referral from your sphere, you know, that's somebody, a friend of somebody has referred them to you as a trusted resource, and assuming that that person that's being referred to you is on the way, right, to buying or selling, they're already you know, a good way down the funnel, right? And that person's been referred to you. If you're talking to somebody at an open house, unless it's a neighbor who's coming by to just check out what the heck they've done to their house, right? If you have somebody who's an actual buyer who's actively looking, that person is already well into the funnel as well, in terms of transacting, right? Paid ads, regardless of what they are, they're further up the funnel, right? And they literally may just be browsing. So follow-up is really, really important with these ads, and we'll talk about that in a bit more as we get to the smart plan. But Tyler talks about this in detail in this video. It's about 10-15 minutes long, and it's just something great for you guys to watch. Okay, that's the first one. The second one here, set up for success: Facebook and Instagram paid ads. So this is a video just as a walkthrough, just to help you make sure that your Facebook business page, which generally is tied to your personal page, is set up properly within Facebook in order to connect to Command. There were some changes that happened within Facebook pages probably about 3 months ago, three and a half months ago. And depending on the business page that you were advertising to previously, if that business page was not tied to your personal Facebook page, it's likely that you would not be able to connect that page without having the person whose primary page that was connected to say it's okay for you to connect that page. So that's what this video does. It helps walk you through that. We're going to talk about connecting to Facebook pages today. When you're connecting your business Facebook page to the new paid ad manager, you run into an error, you're going to want to watch this video. We'll also share a resource after the fact with the slides. That is the answers page, which also has a walkthrough on how to go through this. We won't have time to dissect that today. I just want you to be aware that if you run into that error connecting that page, you're going to want to go to one of these two resources. And then this last video is just a walkthrough of the paid ads, and specifically all the different types of paid ads that in a little bit more detail than we're going to get to today. We're really going to focus on paid listing ads and a walkthrough of creating one of those. Okay. And any questions there, Cameron? I think I saw maybe something come up in the chat.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to note too, I believe with connecting the Facebook page, it shows like Facebook and Instagram. Everything gets actually run through your Facebook page. So you only have to connect one Facebook page. And even if you don't have an Instagram account, you can still run Instagram ads.
Correct. Great point. I'll talk a little bit more of that when we get to the paid ad types themselves, which is a little bit of a distinction between the way the paid ad setup was previously versus the way it is now. Anything else?
And then there was a question about how many leads should come from a good ad. What quality of leads should we expect? Yeah. Now, we mentioned they are pretty high funnel leads because it could just be people browsing.
Correct.
And then we will be going over kind of like follow-up systems with smart plans and stuff like that.
We'll talk about follow-up systems, and then I'm sorry, who asked the question? I apologize.
Dan asked the question in the chat.
Oh, Dan,
that was me.
Yeah, Dan, we'll go through follow-up. And then the other thing I'm going to show you, Dan, just so you know, and we'll talk about like generally speaking, recommended timeframes to run the ad, minimum spend for the ad. And I'll also show just like results of an ad that my wife and I are agents in production of an ad that we ran recently. And it's based on the ads that we've run, it's kind of like, it's been typical that the performance of that ad has been typical of what we've seen. Cool.
Sounds good.